Think for a second about the Bosch WGA 1320 PIN washing machine sitting in your laundry room. Might seem pretty simple, right? Just a box that cleans clothes.
Yeah, but underneath that exterior, there's actually a surprising amount of tech and loads of considerations.
Totally. We're talking safety features you probably haven't even thought of, clever ways to save energy, design stuff to keep it running smoothly. It's definitely more than meets the eye.
That's right. And today we're gonna sort of unlock some of that hidden complexity. We're not taking it apart though.
No, no, we're diving into something just as revealing. The user manual and the installation instructions for this specific Bosch model, the WGA1 1420Pi.
Exactly.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, a manual? Seriously?
Okay.
But hang on, our goal isn't just to read out specs.
No, not at all. We want to pull out the really important stuff, the interesting bits, things that help you use the machine safely, efficiently, get the best results.
Yeah, those aha moments, like understanding how to avoid common mistakes that could, damage the machine or just waste energy.
And the manual, well, it's the ultimate source, isn't it? Straight from the people who designed and built it.
Right. So our mission today is basically to make that official info clear and relevant. Highlight what you really need to know to look after your appliance and, well, your home environment too.
Okay, so where do we start?
Let's get straight into something absolutely fundamental.
Yeah.
Safety. And this manual, honestly, it doesn't mess around when it comes to potential hazards. It's a good reminder, actually.
Oh, yeah. What really stands out is just how many different safety angles it covers. Obviously, electric shock is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
The manual hammers home the need for proper electrical connections. Grounded sockets are a must. No extension cords, no dodgy adapters, that kind of thing.
Because they could be a fire risk, right?
Exactly. And the basic insight is, water plus electricity equals danger. The machine has safeguards built in, but you've got to install it responsibly.
Absolutely. And installation, it's not just plugging it in, is it? The manual points out the physical side, too. These things are heavy.
Oh, yeah. Lifting properly is crucial. Avoid injury.
And if you're thinking of stacking a dryer on top,
Yeah, you can't just plonk it there. You absolutely need the proper manufacturer-approved stacking kit
Right.
for stability.
Right, trying to stack them on some random base without securing it properly sounds like asking for trouble.
Total recipe for disaster.
Uh,
Stability and support are just vital. Can't stress that enough.
Okay, so it's installed safely. What about using it day to day?
Well, safe usage is just as critical. The
Hmm.
manual stresses, don't use it if it looks damaged. Obvious maybe, but important.
Yeah,
And unplug it correctly. Pull the plug, not the cord. Keep moisture away from the controls, the electrics.
makes sense.
And a really important one concerns kids. Never let them play with it or, God forbid, climb inside.
Oh, wow. Right.
There's a real risk of them getting trapped. The manufacturer is clearly aware of that danger.
That's quite sobering.
Yeah.
It even says to disable the lock on old machines before you get rid of them, doesn't it?
It does, to prevent exactly that kind of
And
accident.
detergents. We use them all the time.
Right, but the manual reminds us they can be harmful if swallowed. Keep them away from children. It's just basic care with cleaning products.
Got it. What about cleaning the machine itself or maintenance?
Okay, so here the manual is very clear. Don't try complex repairs yourself.
Right. Leave it to the pros.
Exactly. Improper fixes can cause more damage or even safety issues. Use trained technicians, genuine parts. That's the message.
And for just wiping it down.
Always unplug it first. That electrical safety reminder keeps popping up.
Good point.
Plus, avoid cleaners with solvents. They can release nasty fumes, damage the machine too. So the big principle is safety first, always.
Okay, safety first, absolutely clear. Now let's talk about avoiding material damage, keeping the machine itself happy and preventing breakdowns.
Yeah, and it's interesting how often simple oversights cause problems, like detergent dosage.
Too much or too little.
Exactly, or overloading the drum. The manual explains this can actually impair how the machine functions, not just how well it cleans.
Okay, so it affects the actual mechanics.
Precisely. Respecting the limits, using the right amounts of detergent and softener, it's all key for the machine's lifespan.
And those transit bolts. I remember wrestling with those on an old machine.
Huh, yes. They seem like packaging junk, but the manual is crystal clear. They must come out before the first use.
Ralph.
Serious internal damage during the spin cycle, big risk. And a top tip from the manual, keep them.
Right, for if you ever move house or need to transport the machine again.
You got it. Small part, big consequences.
What about the water connection? Any pitfalls there?
Definitely. The manual specifies connecting the inlet hose directly to a cold water tap usually needs a 34-inch thread.
Hand tighten only.
Yes. Hand tighten to avoid leaks, but don't overdo it. And definitely don't use dodgy, modified, or damaged hoses. They could burst.
Water damage, a nightmare.
Exactly. The manual also mentions the required water pressure range. So basically, ensure a secure, correct connection to your cold water supply.
And cleaning the outside of the machine.
Keep it simple. The manual advises against anything harsh, abrasive, or alcohol-based. It can wreck the finish.
So just a soft, damp cloth usually.
That's generally all you need. Gentle methods are best for the exterior.
Okay. Now, connecting this slightly broader, the manual also talks about environmental stuff, saving energy.
It does, yeah. Which shows the design isn't just about washing, but also its resource impact.
Right. Starts with the packaging reminding us lots of it is recyclable.
Mm-hmm.
But then it gets into practical tips for using the machine in a greener way.
And what's interesting is how these energy-saving tips often lead to better performance, too, like choosing lower temperature cycles.
With longer wash times, right?
Yeah, and always trying for a full load. Seems counterintuitive maybe if you like quick hot washes, but it's more energy efficient and often just as good for normal dirt levels.
Okay, so patience and full loads save energy.
Pretty much. A full load means fewer washes overall. Saves water, saves electricity.
And detergent amounts.
Use the right amount based on load size, how dirty things are. More isn't always better, can cause issues actually.
Good to know. And for tumble drying.
Ah, yes. The manual advises using the highest spin speed possible on the washing machine first. Gets more water out, means the dryer uses less energy.
Makes sense. And didn't you mention an automatic load feature?
Yeah, it has automatic load adjustment. It basically weighs the laundry and optimizes the water and energy use accordingly. So it helps you be efficient without even thinking.
That's pretty smart.
And when it's just sitting there, not washing.
It goes into energy-saving mode automatically after a bit.
Right. Reduces that standby power consumption. It's all integrated.
Okay, so we know how to be safe, how to look after the machine, be a bit greener, but how do we actually get the thing installed and connected? The manual has a really detailed guide for that.
Absolutely essential reading, that part. Even unpacking needs care. Check for damage, remove all the packaging, even bits inside the drum.
And check you've got everything.
Yep, it lists the contents, machine, documents, those transit bolts, cover caps, water inlet hose. Warns you not to use it if anything's missing or broken. Start right, you know?
And where you put it physically matters too.
Hugely. Needs a clean, level, stable surface. If it's going on a wooden joist floor, they recommend a water-resistant board underneath.
For stability.
Yeah, and support. If it's going in a kitchen unit, check the niche width. And crucially, make sure the power cord and hoses aren't trapped or kinked behind it.
Avoids future problems there.
Definitely. Now, those transit bolts we keep mentioning.
The removal process.
Very clear, numbered steps in the manual. Tells you the wrench size needed, WAF 13 usually. Follow it precisely and keep the bolts safe.
We got the message and the water inlet.
Connect to that 34-inch cold tap thread. Hand tighten carefully, then turn on the water and check for leaks. Simple, but vital.
And the drain hose. The outlet.
Few options there, depending on your plumbing. Could be a siphon with a clamp, a sink using an elbow piece, or a plastic pipe with a rubber sleeve.
Key thing is,
Secure the hose properly, whatever the method, and make sure the drain height is right, usually between 60 and 100 centimeters, the manual specifies. Prevents backflow, ensures good drainage.
okay, electrical connection.
Follow local rules. Use a properly grounded socket, and it needs to be protected by a residual current circuit breaker, that RCD. Super important safety feature.
Cuts the power if there's a fault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And push the plug in fully.
Final installation step.
Leveling it. Use a wrench, WAF 17 this time, on the feet at the bottom. Adjust them and tighten the lock nuts. Use a spirit level to get it perfect.
Why is leveling so important?
A level machine runs quieter, vibrates less, lasts longer too. Worth taking the time.
Okay, machines in place, level connected. Time to get to know it.
Yeah, the manual has a helpful diagram. Shows the main bits. Maintenance of flap down low, the door, detergent drawer, control panel.
Water outlet hose, power cord.
Transport struts, transit bolts. Yeah, all the key components.
And that detergent drawer. It has specific sections, doesn't it?
It does.
Wow.
Clearly marked. Compartment 2 is usually for the main wash detergent. There's one for fabric softener, often with the little flower symbol. And compartment I is for pre-wash or soaking detergent.
And you follow the detergent packet instructions for dose and which bit to use.
Always. Mixing things up or using the wrong compartment means they won't work right, might even cause issues.
Okay. Then the control panel. The brains of the operation.
Basically, yeah. The manual gives a quick intro. You've got the different programs, the dial to select them, the digital display, and then the buttons for customizing.
Understanding those is the first step, right?
Absolutely. And before you even think about washing clothes.
Ah, the first empty cycle.
Exactly. The manual says run the drum to scale program. Put a bit of oxygen bleach washing powder in compartment 2, the main wash one.
Why do that?
Cleans out any manufacturing residue, ensures your first real wash is totally clean, like a little internal cleanse for the machine.
Got it. Now that display and the buttons. Looks like a lot of info there.
It is. The display is your command center, really. Shows the program, options chosen, time remaining, recommended load size for that program.
Spin speed temperature.
Yeah, child lock status if drum cleaning is needed. It's like the dashboard, keeping you updated.
And the buttons let you tweak things.
Loads of control, start pause is obvious. Speed perfect shortens the cycle, uses a bit more energy though.
Anti-stain.
Lets you tell the machine what kind of stain you have, and it adjusts the wash. Pretty clever.
Then temperature and spin speed buttons.
Yep, temp to speed and spin speed let you adjust those manually or choose no spin.
Child lock 3s.
Press and hold to activate or deactivate the child lock, essential if you have kids around.
What about pre-treatment?
That covers pre-wash and soaking options. Anti-tangle adds an extra rinse. Anti-wrinkle reduces creases but leaves clothes a bit damper. So understanding these buttons really lets you tailor the wash.
Okay, and that leads us nicely into the actual wash programs. The manual lists a whole bunch.
It does, gives you the lowdown on each one, what it's for, max load, default settings.
If you've got your standard cottons.
Right, for hard-wearing stuff. And an energy-saving cottons 60-degree label option, too. Then synthetics, mix load for lightly soiled bits.
What about delicates?
There's delicate silk, use special detergent, mesh bag recommended, and wool, which is super gentle.
Any other useful ones?
Oh yeah, a separate rinse cycle, spin drain if you just need that. Steam antibacteria for hygiene keeps a constant temp.
Shirts for less ironing.
Yep, with an anti-wrinkle option. But note, not for silk or delicates. There's sportswear for synthetics, microfibers, jeans dark wash, turn inside out, use liquid detergent.
And the drum to scale we mentioned for cleaning the machine.
Right, and quick 1530 mind for small, lightly soiled loads when you're in a rush. Loads of options.
It's like a specific tool for every laundry job.
Pretty much. The manual also mentions accessories you can buy separately. Water hose extension, fixing brackets for the outlet hose, an elbow piece for connecting to a sink, a liquid detergent insert, even special machine cleaners. Gives the order numbers too.
Handy. Okay, before we actually do a wash, any tips on preparing the laundry itself?
Yes, loads of good advice there. Empty pockets classic, sort by color and fabric.
Close zips and fasteners.
Yeah, prevents damage, tie belts, cords, remove curtain hooks, use mesh bags for small or delicate stuff.
Wash big and small items together.
Helps balance the load, deal with stains quickly, load items unfolded, and a key one. If you use chlorine bleach to pre-treat, rinse the item loads before putting it in the machine.
Good tip. And detergents again? Any warnings there?
Use self-flowing liquids. Don't mix different liquids. Don't mix detergent and softener in the same compartment. Avoid expired or lumpy products.
And definitely no harsh chemicals.
Absolutely not. No solvents, caustic stuff, volatile things, straight chlorine bleach, regular dyes, color bleaching agents. Only use proper washing machine products.
Okay, makes sense. So walk us through actually running a basic cycle.
Right. Step 1. Switch it on using the program selector dial.
Step 2. Choose your program by turning that dial. Adjust settings like temperature or spin speed using the buttons if you want. These changes usually aren't saved, remember.
Step 3. Load the laundry. Prepared, sorted, don't overfill, check, nothing's caught in the door.
Step 4. If using liquid detergent, maybe insert that special aid thingy.
Step 5. Add detergent and softener to the right compartments. Follow the dosage on the pack.
Step 6. Press Start Pause. The display shows the time left.
Simple as that. The manual also covers things like activating the soaking option before starting, using compartment I for soak detergent, 2 for the main wash.
What if you forget something? Can you add it mid-cycle?
Usually, yes. Press Start Pause, wait for the display to say it's okay to open the door, might take a moment. Add or remove the item, close the door, press Start Pause again.
And canceling a program.
Press Start Pause. Wait for the door to unlock safely. Might need to run a rinse or spin drain cycle first if the water's hot or high. Then unload.
And when it's all done,
Unload the clean laundry. Turn the selector dial to off. Turn on the water tap at the wall. Wipe the rubber door seal dry, and leave the door and detergent drawer slightly open.
Why leave them open?
Air circulation helps prevent mold and mildew buildup, keeps it fresh.
Good habit. What about that child-proof lock again? How does that work exactly?
Okay, so find the two buttons marked 3 secs. Press and hold both together for about 3 seconds. A key symbol appears on the display. Controls are locked.
And it stays locked even if you turn it off?
Usually, yes. To turn it off, machine needs to be on. Press and hold those same two buttons again for 3 seconds. Key symbol disappears. Make sure the dial is on the original program when you deactivate, otherwise you might accidentally cancel the wash.
Right. Important safety feature. Now, keeping the machine clean and maintained.
Crucial for performance and hygiene. For the drum, run the drum to scale program now and then, or just do a hot wash, 60 degrees C or more, with darks regularly.
And leave the door and drawer open after use, as you said.
Yep. For a proper clean, use oxygen bleach powder or a specific cleaner with the drum to scale cycle. And clean the detergent drawer, too.
How do you do that?
Pull it right out. There's
Wow.
usually a little insert piece, too. Rinse them underwater. Use a brush for residue. Dry them. Clean the cavity where the drawer sits as well, then pop it back in.
Okay. And the drain pump? Sounds a bit more involved.
It is, but doable.
Yeah.
First, water off, machine off, unplugged. Safety first.
Got it.
Open the maintenance flap at the bottom, have a shallow container ready. Pull out the little drain hose, remove the cap careful, water might be hot. Let it all drain out. Replace cap and hose.
Then the pump itself.
Unscrew the big pump cap slowly, more water might come out. Pull out the filter inside. Clean out any lint, coins, whatever debris is in there and on the filter. Check the little impeller fan inside spins freely.
Okay.
Clean the cap threads, screw it back on properly and tightly. Close the flap, then run a spin drain cycle with about 1 liter of water poured into compartment 2 just to flush things through.
Right. It seems manageable if you follow the steps. But what if things still go wrong? Error codes, weird noises.
Yeah, the troubleshooting section in the manual is your first port of call. It's really useful, covers loads of common issues.
Like the display being off, or specific error codes like E.3610 or H32.
Exactly. Or water not filling, not draining, spin problems, noise, vibration, clothes too creased, spin not effective enough, detergent left on clothes.
Leaks, smells, softener not dispensing.
All that stuff. It gives potential causes and steps to try yourself.
But it also warns about attempting dangerous repairs, right?
Absolutely. For anything complex or if you're unsure, call customer service. Don't risk it. It even tells you how to do an emergency door release if needed, like during a power cut.
Good to know. What about moving house or storing the machine?
Manual covers that too. Turn off water, disconnect hoses, empty them, switch off, unplug, drain any remaining water out using that pump drain procedure.
And reinstall the transit bolts.
Crucial. Reverse the removal process. Use the cover caps. Keep it secure for transport. Then when you set it up again, refer back to the installation and first use steps.
And getting rid of an old machine.
Environmental responsibility is key. Unplug it, cut the cord. Importantly, damage the door lock so kids can't get trapped. Dispose of it properly following local e-waste rules. The manual points you to websites for info. There's even a do's and don'ts list.
Okay. And if you do need customer service?
Manual has all the contact details. But first, find your ENR product number and FD production number.
Where are they usually?
Inside the door frame, maybe behind the maintenance flap or on the back of the machine, you'll need those numbers when you call or email.
And it lists the helpline, email, even a WhatsApp number.
Yep, multiple ways to get in touch for help.
What about efficiency? Does it give actual numbers?
It includes tables with approximate consumption values, energy in kilowatt, water in liters, program duration for different cycles.
But they're just approximate, right?
Totally. Real-world use depends on water pressure, hardness, temperature, load size, how dirty things are, detergent, voltage fluctuations, options selected, lots of variables. But it gives you a ballpark idea.
And finally, the tech specs.
Yep. Lists the key data, dimensions, height, width, depth, closed and open, weight, max load capacity, electrical needs, voltage, frequency, fuse, power, water pressure limits, hose and cord lengths, all the core stats.
And lastly, it mentions registering the appliance.
Yeah, on my Bosch. Good idea, apparently. Access to tips, maybe warranty extensions, discounts, digital manual, easy service access. Provides the website.
So it's worth doing.
Seems like it. There's
Yeah.
also the main Bosch service website for help and repairs generally.
Okay, so wrapping this up, this deep dive into the Bosch WGA 1420 PIN manual. The big takeaway for me is just how much thought goes into these machines.
Yeah.
Especially safety and efficiency.
Definitely. It's not just about following rules. Understanding the why behind the manual helps you get the best out of it and keep things safe.
It really makes you appreciate the engineering in everyday things, doesn't it?
Right.
Hopefully this has given you, the listener, a new perspective on your own washing machine.
Maybe take a look at your own manual sometime, look up an error code, check a program detail. You might be surprised. And
Or
hey, if you've ever had a manual moment, a surprising discovery, reading instructions for an appliance, we'd love to hear about it.